Hello everybody, welcome here. Once again, it's the Brawl for All Pro Wrestling Show, episode 27 this time. We are going to kick off this week's show with the WWE Payback results. I'm joined by Jeff Crow, and for the results only, we have Stephen Lane coming in via cell phone tonight, so he might have a little bit of hard time making out what he says, or it might be a little bit lower quality than what you've been used to. But what's up, Stephen?
Not much, man. Same old stuff.
Jeff, what's going on?
Oh, just chilling.
Well,
we're gonna do the show.
Yep, I'm glad to have you guys both here on the show today. Yeah, as I said, Steven, after the results are over, you'll be checking out, but you'll be back again soon, hopefully when your Skype gets fixed.
Yes, for sure.
We'll have to get you back on here on at least for the Elimination Chamber results.
We gotta check his contract, make sure he's
Yeah, I don't know if do you have any appearances scheduled?
Who are you talking about, me?
Yeah, because you are like the Brock Lesnar of the show. I mean, is there anything that you would like to contractually obligate before the show?
He needs somebody like Paul Heyman for him.
Go ahead, Steven.
I have limited appearances.
Limited appearances, man. What are you going to do? I mean...
I don't know. I've been suspended, so I've been taking my time to leave, so...
Yeah, well, we're glad to get you back on here, Brock. Well, this is going to be a lengthy show. I want to thank everybody who's subbed on YouTube and liked us on Facebook lately. I don't want everybody to keep it up. If you're listening, sub on YouTube and like us on Facebook if you check us out there. Leave any feedback, comments that you have, and we'll be sure to get back to you. And we just appreciate all the support so far. We always notice when we're getting more feedback. I know I do. I don't know about you guys, but I always notice, and I'm glad that everybody listens. So hopefully we can get Steven on here a lot more. But here we go, episode 27, Payback results. We were supposed to get C-Dub from Chronochord on tonight, but actually he was altered by other plans to not be shown tonight, so that sucks. But we hope to get him on here soon. Maybe for the Elimination Chamber results we can get him on here, because I'd like to get him and Steven on here together, and with Jeff, so...
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So shout out to him, and everybody check out Chronochord Media, because we do cross-promotion with them now, and I put the link of every video we do to their channel underneath our vids, and they do it vice versa, so check them out and support them. And yeah, so let's get on with the Payback results, guys.
Go.
You ready?
We're ready as ever.
Okay, Payback started off with the kickoff show, and the one thing I wanted to say on the panel is that I love that we got a G.I. Bro plug in there by Booker T, man, on the comic coming out. Did you guys hear about that?
That was awesome.
Did you see that, Steven?
I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, he pulled out the G.I. Bro comic book that he's coming out with. Remember the G.I. Bro?
Oh, how could I forget?
Yeah, I can't believe it. I just wanted to note that we got a G.I. Bro plug in there.
I can't believe he came out with that comic.
Okay, so any thoughts on the G.I. Bro comic? Anybody gonna buy it?
I'll buy it.
You're gonna buy it, Steven?
I'll buy it.
I'll do it if it's in stands just for the freaking nostalgia sake.
I'll buy the first issue. I don't know about any more after that, but I'd like to definitely get the first one.
You never know, it might be good. Hey, he looks just like he did when he wrestled too, though, with the hat and like we did on our vid. It's funny.
Yeah, and if it flops, he still might have the first issue. It might turn out to be collector's.
He's not G.I. Joe, guys. He's what?
G.I. Bro.
Okay, so moving on to a guy who could have been thrown into the G.I. Bro role, R-Truth. He comes out, and it's an impromptu match between him and Stardust. Not really impromptu, but it was a non-announced match on the pre-show. I don't think did anybody hear about this match happening before this?
No.
So I call that an impromptu match. So R-Truth, Stardust, they've had a little feud going on. R-Truth wins via the lie detector, I think they're calling that. I don't got much to say on this, just a little warm-up match. R-Truth came out pumping up the crowd pretty good. Start off the show, I thought.
Yeah, he's usually... That's what I think they use him for a lot.
I could live without Stardust. What's your guys' opinion on that, Steven?
Dude, Cody's all in on that gimmick.
You like Stardust?
No, I don't like it, but you gotta give him credit. He's all in on it.
Yeah, he really is trying to... He's doing what he can with it. I just wish he'd go back to Cody.
Cody kind of sucked though, too.
Yeah, what do you think? If Stardust don't get over, he's done, or what?
I don't know, man. I mean, other than that, is he really good at anything?
I think he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
And he's pulled off some damn good... Remember when he was doing the backflips with him, and when him and Cody and Goldust had the tag team, he pulled off that moonsault off the cage? I mean, he's done some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did do a good job when he had that, face mask gimmick going on. where he was putting paper bags over people's heads. I did enjoy that. And dashing Cody Rhodes was funny. So he's got potential, I guess.
Uncommon Cody Rhodes.
He just needs to find his niche, and he needs to get rid of the Cody Rhodes name, but, you know, maybe go by Cody Runnels or something. So he's not...
He do like the uncommon Cody Rhodes thing again, or dashing again, maybe.
Well, you remember when Dusty Rhodes changed it to Dustin Runnels?
Oh, God.
Well, why couldn't Cody just use that last name instead? You know, just to get out of his dad's freaking spotlight, because he can't get out of the shadow. You know what I mean? Using the Cody Rhodes name, and I don't think Stardust is the answer, because now he's in the shadow of Goldust.
Right.
He needs to find his own niche, man.
Yeah.
So I don't have much more to say on that, but so if you guys,
I think he should go back to Cody, and then every once in a while he can break out into Stardust. Like, just every now and then.
An alter ego superhero type gimmick would work for him.
Right.
He'd be all in on it.
Kind of like a hurricane deal they were doing there towards the end when they were trying to make him come back. Like he was like, it was Gregory Helms, but then you'd see Hurricane.
I think I don't know if they've ever done it. Like a good idea where he would be a heel in one character and a face in another.
Oh, that'd be cool. I don't know. Cactus Jack was kind of, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was always face though when he did that.
Right.
You know anybody, Steven?
No, not really. I mean, going back to Cody, if they had an answer for him, I figured they'd make a change by now, but I don't think they know what they want to do with him.
I don't think they know what they want to do with him, dude. I really don't. So I'm going to move on from that. The Mega Powers, they actually called him this. Axelmania, Curtis Axel, and Macho Mandow, Damian Sandow against the Ascension. Axel looked just like Hogan out there. I don't know what you guys thought.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Steven?
Yes, I saw
He came out in full Hogan regalia. And, man, the guy actually pulled off his moves pretty good. I guess it ain't really hard to be a walking stiff in the ring, but...
Weight drop.
I mean...
He looked so much like him, we made fun. Maybe it was like wasn't actually Kurt Hennig's son. Maybe it's Hogan's Hogan's
And
son.
you know what? I think it's funny now that I never thought about this, but it's funny the Ascension won just for the fact that like they're coming out acting like Hogan and Macho Man, but they're still jobbing.
Yeah, that was
Like no, that's the whole thing though. I think it's just funny, really.
right.
Coming out acting like they're just
not going very long.
yeah, it's just like they're coming out acting like they're the Mega Powers, and then they get destroyed. You know.
I think maybe they're trying to get him over with these characters a little bit.
They didn't even get into the chamber match though, which we'll talk about later. But still.
Yeah.
And I do want your thoughts on that too, Steven, before you leave, because I don't know if you'll get on for the Chamber prediction show next week or not. So, but I got a couple matches. Moving on from that, I mean, I don't have anything else to say about that. I think Macho Mandow and Axelmania is a short-lived gimmick.
Yeah,
And it definitely is a rip-off of Black Machismo. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal probably laughed about it for sure. Did you see that interview I put on the page about Lethal talking about it?
Oh, I didn't see it.
He said he never saw it yet, but I do think he thinks, man, they kind of used my thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anything else on that, Steven?
No, those gimmicks are about dead, you know? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay, so kicking off the main card, we had Sheamus and Ziggler. I know Steven's got something to say on this, but Ziggs got busted open bad on a headbutt spot, it looked like. Although there were some speculations that he bladed, but he did tweet that you can clearly see me blade, Marks. That's what he said, so I don't think he bladed. He was busted open, but he lost during a Sheamus bro kick. Well, I mean... It didn't last very long because of the blood, and it seems like they ended it quick because of that. At least they didn't have a ref stoppage, so I don't know. What do you think? What do you think of this, Jeff?
Yeah, I don't think he bladed, and they did end it pretty quick after that. Yeah, I mean, I thought I almost guaranteed that when he headbutted Sheamus, because right after that, this guy got the road kick not too long after that, and he was already bloodied up.
Yeah.
And they showed that headbutt out of the corner, so...
I think he got busted open legit for sure, but I mean, what do you think about just ending it so quick? Like, I just think, I mean, he was bleeding pretty bad, but...
I think they should continue the match. I mean, it would have made for... Like, another 10 minutes would have been great.
Yep. What do you think, Steven? I know you had something.
Yeah, I think they kind of ended it a little early, and I mean, people pay to watch it. It's wrestling. I mean, blood at this point isn't that big of a deal. It's on pay-per-view. It's not like it's on live TV. You know, I mean, you kind of know what you're getting into by the network. You order the pay-per-view. You get what you pay for. And I feel with that match, you didn't get what you paid for. And I also don't know what I think Ziggler got busted open on a headbutt. I mean, what the hell is he trying to do with a headbutt? You know, nothing good. He legit headbutted him.
Yeah.
I mean, legit. And no one's talking about like, oh, well, you don't really see a headbutt every day. And then once he did, he got busted open. So I don't know. I mean, the headbutt couldn't have been part of the, you know, the shtick, you know.
I think they just screwed up, and he actually headbutted him for real.
He does lay some headbutts in. If you noticed him and Daniel Bryan's
yeah,
match,
he did. Sheamus has been laying headbutts.
Well, so is Ziggler. Him and Daniel
Ziggler
Bryan
did too.
They were, remember, the ladder. They just kept headbutting each other, and you could tell they really were headbutting each other because they had bread marks over their foreheads.
Oh, that's right. Did Ziggs bust himself open, or did Sheamus headbutt him?
It looked like Zig busted himself, but he came out of the corner and headbutted him real quick.
I don't know. I guess there was some circulation going around of him blading. I clearly don't think that. You guys?
No.
No.
I mean, he was bleeding bad, though.
Yeah.
He was Flair status.
Oh, he was. I mean...
It was getting into his blonde hair and everything. I was like, it's Flair. Flair's loving it.
Yeah, that's why they ended it so early, I think. But like I said, Steven said it was on the network. I mean...
Why can't they let it go on pay-per-view?
Yeah, I mean, they're showing like Attitude Era and stuff like that on there. I mean, and it's geared more towards an older audience.
Exactly. Anybody else have any thoughts on that? I think it could have been a lot better because if the blood spot wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, WWE kind of dropped the ball.
Yep. Kane interview backstage with Rollins on his actions during the four-way match. Like, just talking about, you know, he better not do anything. That was a little backstage segment I noted. Moving on from that, New Day and Kid-Zaro, 2 out of 3 falls match. The first fall, Kid-Zaro won with the kick swing combo, and then Woods snuck in and rolled up Cesaro for the win. And what was that, the third fall when Woods snuck in? So,
yeah.
What was the second fall?
Didn't Biggie get the second fall? He done something, I think.
I failed to note the second fall, but all I know is that New Day ended up winning with Xavier Woods sneaking in and rolling him up, looking a lot like Kofi, so pulled the old Killer Bees switcheroo on him.
Yeah.
So I know Steven loving the New Day. What do you think?
I thought it was a good match, good gimmick. You know, make tag team wrestling mean something. And I thought that the tag team match, for not being huge names, it was a really good match.
Dude, I've said the last 2 or 3 pay-per-views that the tag team match has been the best, and Kid and Cesaro have been awesome.
Yeah. Okay. The gimmick of New Day, you know, kicking, I think it was Kid, at the turnbuckle, and they kept getting in the ring and out of the ring, you know, and tagging each other. That was a good gimmick. It was good. You know what I'm talking about?
What's that?
They were kicking Kid down by where the turnbuckle is, and they kept slapping each other, you know, tagging in, but they kept kicking them, and they would go out. Just kind of like get back in line.
Just using good tag team work. Good psychology.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I really think even with this chamber coming up, they're really trying to boost the tag division. I mean, I love it.
You know,
and it needs it.
Though, New Day could really, really use Abraham Washington. I mean, that could really take them to the next level, like a big mic piece. And,
didn't we talk about that before?
I think I did, but now, them being a heel, you could really see, like, okay, I know,
I think
whatever.
Xavier's their mouthpiece.
But that's fine, but I think if Abraham Washington really could use a phone call right now.
I think AW got screwed because he was pretty good on the stick, man.
Dude, he was good.
What do you think about that, Jeff, the whole New Day situation?
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, like he was saying, their matches have been great. Like you said, we've been talking about the tag team matches, and I just think New Day and Kid-Zaro had a good feud going. They're both real good. I mean, New Day's getting a lot better in the ring. Biggie's actually pretty good.
The chemistry's coming along with New Day.
Yeah,
they didn't have that.
They're getting more of the heel.
New Day sucks.
Act like the heels more. I think Kofi was having trouble with it at first.
Okay, so the bottom line is New Day retains the titles, and I just want to know one final thing. New Day sucks or New Day rocks?
They're Hall of Fame bound.
Rocks or sucks?
They're definitely Hall of Fame bound, though.
Okay, you're saying rocks. Jeff?
I'm going to go ahead and say rocks right now.
I'm going to say they suck, but...
I mean...
they're getting over. So
Yeah.
I guess they
over.
suck / rock right now. Okay.
Right. I mean, it actually fits them pretty good.
I'm still calling for the tag team Cena chant whenever they start doing New Day rocks, New Day sucks, New Day rocks, New Day sucks.
I think I even heard a bit of it too.
I can't wait for that. What do you think, Steven? You think it's going to happen?
That'll be funny.
One side says rocks and the other side, kind of like Cena.
Yeah, it could happen.
Okay. Moving on from that, I just want to see it. I think it'd be hilarious.
I think they'd have a hell of a feud with the Dudley Boys if they came back.
Man, they really need to get some of those, New Age Outlaws would be good to get back in, Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, to work with these younger teams and build them up, but that's just my opinion. I don't know if WWE's interested in these older guys, though. I think they're more into... They want to get these younger guys in. I think Harper and Rowan together again's great. So
yeah, that's a hell of a tag team.
Right on. So, next match we had Ryback we had Ryback cut a promo backstage with Saxton on not being afraid with Wyatt, and then we had the match between Ryback and Wyatt. Wyatt tosses Ryback into the exposed buckle and hit a Sister Abigail off of it on Ryback and got the pin. Ryback may have broken a rib from the senton splash spot from Wyatt that me and Jeff actually noted in the live commentary. It looked like he broke his rib on that splash. Well, I guess he may have. He was on Raw the next night, taped up pretty good, so he may have at least a cracked rib. So, did you see that match, Steven?
Unfortunately,
I thought the match was good at the end. It started off really slow, but I mean, if you watch the whole match, it really was better than what I thought it'd be at the end. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, for two big guys like that, I mean, they did, like you said, but they were doing a lot of power moves, but they were good moves. And good spots, like psychology-wise, where, like Ryback comes running for a clothesline from behind, and Wyatt hit that turnaround clothesline, and this Abigail spot off the turnbuckle exposed. These guys could keep a feud going, really. I don't know if they will, but... I didn't see any real botches or anything.
I'm telling you what, Steven, I'm not the biggest Ryback fan, but the guy's been pulling off some good matches lately, just like Cena.
Yeah.
If they got somebody that's decent with him, they can pull off a good match.
It's like Goldberg.
Can't stand him. So your overall opinion on that match, Steven, is sucked?
It sucked because I can't stand either one of them, and anything that Ryback does or says, I can't. And I can't stand Wyatt. He sounds the same. Like, both of those two guys, to me, I literally lost interest in them faster and break for me.
Well, the thing about Wyatt is he does repeat himself a lot, and like me and Jeff said, he needs to get the point across in different ways and like come up with some different kind of catchphrases or something.
I mean, like the way
evolve.
Kane, when Kane used to do his promos, it was similar. You know how he would do the laugh. Well, Kane knew when to laugh. Wyatt is almost like, I'm gonna laugh every single time I cut a promo and do that.
I can see the negativities on some people on Wyatt. I really can, but I just like him. I mean, he's something different. He's not jacked up, all out there. He's something different to me.
I just feel like the gimmick.
They could trim his beard up and hair though.
And he looks gross. He sounds the same every week. And
he really does look like somebody I really wouldn't want to lock up with in a heartbeat.
Not like in a way of like, oh, I'm scared of it. More in a way like, dude, this guy's kind of gross.
Yeah, he's not really. He's more creepy than anything. More serial killer like or something.
I just feel like I don't know. I mean, it's hard for him to have a promo with anybody because he takes it into a certain level, like Attitude Era, and it's like he can't get to that deep, dark, plot.
He always comes up with the same scenario. It seems like.
Yeah, it's like, well, he was made for the Undertaker, in my opinion, and then it's like, well, now that the Undertaker feud's over, is he gonna still be dark and demented? And
he has been.
I mean, with Ryback,
he has been. They could still do him and Sting.
I mean, yeah.
That could bring out his darks.
Wyatt, maybe he just could really use Eric Rowan and.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Do you think it would benefit him getting Rowan and Harper back? Did you like him better with the family?
Yeah, I think it fits a little bit better. I mean, gosh, don't put so much pressure on Wyatt.
What's Rowan and Harper as a tag team doing really anyway? Might as well reform them.
I mean, none of them are doing anything. I mean, at this point, Wyatt's a mid-carder.
And like you said, and like we've said before, like Jericho said, a year in wrestling's like 7 years, so nobody's going to remember them even breaking up.
Yeah, I mean...
And I believe that. A year in wrestling's about like 7 years, man.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, I a year ago.
It about was.
It was 5 months ago. It's like, what the hell, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so any more on the Ryback-Wyatt deal? I mean, I thought it was a good, hard-hitting effort, especially if Ryback broke his ribs and kept going like that. What a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He seems to know how to break people's ribs.
He broke his own.
Broke his own this time.
No, Wyatt broke his ribs off that senton bomb off the apron.
Oh, man.
You can see when it happened, he's like, God damn it. Wasn't he, Jeff?
Yeah.
It slapped the mat.
See, one thing about Wyatt, I think they need to do more, instead of the promos all the time, do more like mind game stuff like The Undertaker used to do. He doesn't even have to be in there, just, you know, something creepy going on.
I think less is more, definitely, with him.
Yeah, I mean, just maybe not come out, just have something happen where, you know, like how they used to do with The Undertaker.
Just more mind game-like.
Right. More
Yeah.
theatrics. More theatrics, basically, with him, like...
Yeah. They don't really get too theatrical.
Instead of walking out with the lantern and stuff like that. I mean,
I think he could switch up that entrance now, too.
Yeah.
Does he? What do you think, Steven?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have the answer for the guy.
Even the song can be switched up.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. He just has no feuds going. There's nobody on the roster that, like, hey...
He definitely ain't moving up the card to, like, the title picture anytime soon, it don't look like.
I think he needs to rely more on the opponent more than, like, himself, because there's no opponents for him, and then he's mid-carder right now.
Yeah.
I think there's nobody elevating him.
There really isn't. He could do Sting at, like, SummerSlam.
Yeah, or, you know, like, when they start bringing some of these NXT guys up, it's like...
Balor and him would be a nice one.
Yeah, I mean, Balor, he's going to be...
If Balor could go to his dark side against Wyatt, you know what I mean, and come out with the paint,
Right.
that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
And they could have a really cool, you know, Clash of Styles match, really, too. I mean, that'd be cool. So there's some guys. Baron Corbin has a dark side to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a future.
He needs to get up there. I mean, what are they doing with him in NXT?
It's destroying everybody.
But they aren't really putting him in the title picture or anything.
I know, that's the thing.
He's just in limbo.
Destroying everybody, but not getting...
He's kind of like the Undertaker of NXT.
Just doesn't get in the title picture.
Yeah, Undertaker really didn't. He was in the title picture, but not a lot for as long as he's been in there.
NXT could use a network title. Instead of a television title, they could call it the network title or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Probably would do it.
It's only defended on it's always defended every week by somebody. That'd be cool.
On the network.
Yeah, and it would promote the network too. So
put something like that on him.
The network TV title or something.
All about the network.
It's all about the network. Anyway, we knew that was going to happen though. Anyway, John Cena Rusev. Lana claimed that Rusev says I quit, supposedly saying it in Russian. But I heard that he didn't actually say I quit. They translated and he said like I give up and I'll crush you, Cena, and damn your old mother and stuff like that. But he really didn't say I quit. So this was a good match in my opinion though.
Yeah, it was good.
It was the best match of the night.
Had a lot of hints of the old school.
But the bad thing is, about 5 minutes in, I knew immediately who was going to win, and that kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah, I was hoping Rusev, but Cena come out with it.
I mean, no, really, like, we already know who's going to win 5 minutes into it.
Yeah, it's really predictable booking, for sure, in this
It's not good, but I don't know what to do with Cena, because it's like, can you make the guy lose?
Did you see Raw, though?
I mean...
Did you watch Raw, Steven?
No, I didn't.
He got laid out by Kevin Owens.
Oh, God.
Him and Owens are fighting that chamber for the U.S. title.
We already know who's going to win.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Owens and Cena for the U.S. title after he fights this Wednesday against Zayn for the NXT.
That would be cool. I mean, I'd be excited. I'm excited for the match. I don't know. It's hard to have Rusev lose 5 months in a row. I mean, come on.
I know 3 straight matches he's lost against Cena, right?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody could afford to lose, Cena could afford it.
I know, I don't understand this long. Maybe Owens is going to take it.
He could, yeah.
And Owens is going to be the first guy with the belt on NXT and
That's what I'm
WWE.
thinking. A good way to transition him into the main roster.
Also, it'd be a good way to just start a third brand.
Yeah.
Like a rivalry brand. Start crossing them over a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, NXT
You could even have Cena show up to fight in NXT for the belt at a takeover if he takes the U.S.
Yeah. Kind of using it as like they did competition.
Right, kind of like an ECW or something.
Right.
Okay, guys, moving on from that if you got nothing else.
Nope. Good match.
It was a good match, really it was. They did have those funny table botches, but...
Yeah.
Did you see the botches, Steven?
What was the botches?
When he tried to give him that Alabama slam through that table, and it just didn't do it. It didn't break. I don't know. It was funny. Go back and listen. Go back and watch it. It's funny. Anyway,
I just don't remember that.
yeah. Backstage, he had the New Day toasting to their title win with glasses of milk, man.
Yeah.
And then they came up and announced the title chamber match on them, so they were all pissed off after that. That was funny when they all had the milk.
Yeah.
Okay, and then next up after that, it was a channel flipper. Bellas versus Tamina and Naomi, guys. Wow. I mean, the Divas division's had the same match now for like weeks. Is there anybody else in the division? Please let me know. Naomi wins, pinning Nikki Bella. I have nothing to say.
That AJ even killed him.
It really did. It really did. Why don't they bring up Charlotte and shit?
I know. I think they're going to push, what's her name, the new chick in NXT.
So Steven, I want to hear your overall view on Divas.
I truly believe that they don't know anything what they're doing, and I could book better on my couch than they could.
Okay, and what about NXT women being called up? Should they do it, or should they keep them in NXT and make it like a third brand? Or do they really want to Do they want to outshine Raw though? I don't think so.
They need to call them up because all the ones in the WWE suck, and they're all married. And it's getting really old, and all they care about is Total Divas. All they care about is a TV show. It's on the channel E. That's all they care about.
Yeah, everything's built around that now.
Pretty much.
What happened to the Give Divas a Chance thing? Even Stephanie talked about it on Jericho's podcast. I don't see that happening.
I think they gave him a chance, but it wasn't that big of a chance.
Yeah, I mean, the chance is over. The chance is over. Okay, Rusev shown pacing backstage screaming at Lana in Russian and tells her to get out. Lana leaves and Rusev continues pacing, and I could just see these two breaking up. I mean, come on. Who hasn't seen this for months?
Yeah, and if you see Raw...
Yeah, and on Raw, obviously, you know what happened.
Right.
King Barrett Neville was next. Neville won by count-out because Barrett practically quit. He ran back in and blindsided Neville, smashing his head into the stairs and barricade, and then he jumped back in and put his whole King attire back on and celebrated. Neville jumped back in and caught Barrett and a delayed belly-to-back suplex, and then he hit the red arrow. I thought that was cool, how Barrett... I thought it was a good match. It was stupid how King Barrett just walked out, but it's typical of his character. And then I still like how they let Neville get the red arrow in on pay-per-view. So that's all I got to say really about that match. What do you think of Neville, Adrian Neville, as I like to call him? How do you think he's doing? How do you think he's doing, Steven?
I think he's doing good. I think that his name should be Adrian Neville, but I mean, it is what it is. They need to quit doing the one-name guys. It kind of doesn't make sense anymore.
Do you like? I love the fact that they finally dropped that damn bad news off of Barrett's name.
I think they should bring the bad news back only when the King Barrett thing runs its course.
I like the King Barrett. Do you?
Oh, yeah, it's okay, but it's going to run its course after about 6 months to a year when it's been a year, you know?
I'd love to see this, by the way, Queen Paige.
Queen Paige.
Because they're both British, man.
Yeah.
He could, you know what, and that could really propel both of them if they really did that.
Something I thought of the other night, man, that I wanted to get on
here. You know
here.
what I mean? There's so many ideas. They could do that.
Queen Paige would be a great queen, too.
Because it reminds me of when Booker was king and he had Charmel.
Right.
Yeah.
And could it be in the making since on Raw we saw her come back and pretty much go heel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why don't they do a little King of the Ring for the women?
No, just have King Barrett claim she is the queen after she wins the Divas title back.
That's funny.
Or he could help her win the Divas title back some way.
Make it happen.
And if Daniel Bryan comes back, they'd have a natural feud there with with Nikki, Daniel, Barrett. And Barrett's already, pretty much had his heat with Daniel Bryan, so.
And Nikki, you could bring Cena in.
Okay, that's who I meant. Nikki and Cena. You could finally get them on TV together like they wanted, and then they could have Barrett and Paige. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Barrett could get the U.S. title.
Possibility.
Nikki could have Paige could have the Divas, and they'd be like the king and queen. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
'Cause they really haven't done a queen since Charmel.
Right.
So it's time to do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think he took a lot off the way Booker acted.
yeah,
too.
well, especially since Barrett's over as the king now. I think.
Right.
He's awesome at it. Okay, so anything else on that, guys?
No.
Okay, I do like Neville, and I think Neville's got a good future too.
Yeah, he definitely does. But
Didn't hurt him at all.
Neville, so they can have they use that. I mean, they got that character basically.
This way, they did it to where Barrett didn't look bad, but Neville still got a win and got his finisher in. So I like that. Because Barrett didn't need to lose, but Neville didn't need a job. So.
No.
Rollins defeated Orton, Reigns, and Ambrose to retain the WWE title when he hit a pedigree on Randy Orton for the pin. He had a lot of help, though, during it, if I remember. Took about 4 guys to help him out. I thought this was a hell of a fatal 4-way, really. Second best match of the night behind the Cena match.
Definitely.
I thought Sheamus and Ziggler before that was the third best match, just because of the good bloodshed and brutality. And then I'd go with the 2 or 3 falls. I don't know. I think I'd take the 2 or 3 falls before the Sheamus Ziggler. But
yeah.
What do you think, Steven, of the Fatal 4-Way? Do you like the way I knew Rollins was going to come out. I called it.
Yeah, I figured Rollins would come out of it. I mean, there's no momentum for the rest of them.
I see Rollins keeping it till Brock gets back at SummerSlam. By the way, what do you think?
Yeah.
If anybody's going to snap the streak of him being champion, it'll be Brock.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe that'll be the time that Authority dumps him.
Yeah, I think they're going to build him up. He's already getting a lot of real good heel heat.
And now they're letting him use the pedigree, getting all nice with him and
right.
everything. And then when that turn comes, they're just going to be shocked, and it's going to make Seth a babyface practically.
Yeah, and Triple H, I can see it coming. Triple H pedigree.
But they need to keep this going till at least SummerSlam, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then end it there and move on from the Authority angle. So, anything else on that, Steven?
No, I think that's about it.
Overall in the pay-per-view, I gave it like an average to a little bit above average because some of the matches were pretty damn good. Not the greatest of all-time pay-per-view or anything that you're going to see, and really didn't have a lot of meaning to it except for, Rollins retaining the title, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like I said, it was good wrestling-wise.
Yeah, it was a good wrestling pay-per-view.
But there wasn't nothing storyline, really, that...
And having Chamber coming right up, it kind of just fed right into Chamber, so...
Yeah.
Of what's going to happen there, so it was kind of weird.
There's just a lot of question marks left after, like, what's going to go on with this guy, that girl.
Yep. So, anything else left to say on the pay-per-view? If not, Steven, we're going to talk to you, hopefully get your Skype back, and maybe on the Chamber Chamber results show we can get you back on here on Skype.
I know, man. My internet's still down.
So, hopefully you can get your internet back up here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because we're about 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks from the 31st is the Chamber, so...
Awesome.
So it'd be the first week of June that we'd be doing the results show. So we can get you back on then, hopefully, if you get your internet back up. If not, I think everybody will understand. Maybe we get you back on like this. So.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, sorry about the audio, guys, on Steven, but we're glad we got him back on here.
Get his contract sorted out.
Yeah, we're going to get your contract sorted out, man. And you have a great one, man. Have a good night.
I'll come back when I want.
Yeah. Well, have a good one, Steven, and thanks for getting on, man.
Yep, no problem. I'll see you guys around.
All right, peace out, bud.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep.
Later.
Thanks, Steve. See you, Steve.
Okay, Jeff, so we're going to roll on with this, just me and you now, and moving on to Raw. We had one hell of a long Raw as far as all the talking, and really, I don't know if I want to get into every little single thing that everybody said like I usually do, because it's such a long Raw and long notes, and we've already went over a half hour on the results, so we're kind of just going to hit bullet points on this.
Yeah.
If you're down with that. And I'm sure everybody that listens has probably seen Raw for the most part, or heard about it by now. But we had...
That, we got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Okay, suck it.
You asked me if I was down with that. So.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, yeah, you're down with that. Raw was up 8% from last week, though, I wanted to note, drawing a 3.999 compared to the 3.69, so they almost hit a 4. I think it rounds up to a 4.0, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot better than a 3.69. They were up 8%, so they keep going up, because they were up like 4% last week, and now up 8% from the week before. So.
Yeah, that one week there was the big playoff games going on.
Yeah, they didn't have nothing going against them last night, I noticed.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot. So we had Raw kicking off with a long-ass, drawn-out. Stephanie and Triple H are back. Well, Stephanie's back. Triple H has already been back. And they welcomed everybody to Monday Night Raw, asked if they missed her sweet voice. She missed each and every one of them. She said it's so much sweeter when you're a winner. And she talked Rollins winning the 4-way match at Payback. Triple H said anyone who questioned Rollins as his choice will question no more. He says that the authority always wins. He says Rollins is the future of the WWE. Steph announced that they are going to pay tribute tonight to Seth Rollins, and she announced the Seth Rollins Architect of a Dream segment coming up. It's a movement, she says. She says Reigns, Ambrose, and Orton will go back to the back of the line. Triple H said, speaking of championships, that he asked for a drum roll. And then Steph says it's true that Bryan has give up the title, and says Bryan isn't watching due to no TV, but he must say that she's right, and it's a shame that he had to give up 2 titles. Triple H announced the IC title vacant elimination chamber match, for the vacant IC title. And Cole discussed the chamber as they showed a little montage. Triple H said he can tell you firsthand it's brutal, and says that 6 men will enter and 1 will exit as the IC champion. Steph announced that it'll be a historic night and everyone will find out over what 1 million subscribers already know. Sheamus cut her off to interrupt, and he got the "you look stupid" chance again. Said that the universe has no taste and they don't need a chamber match because they have one man who put an end to the yes move at standing right in front of him. He said he single-handedly ended Bryan's run. Showed footage of Sheamus tearing up Daniel Bryan on SmackDown, and he says that they should do what's best for business and make him the IC champ. Ryback cut him off and agrees with Richmond, saying he looks stupid. He talked him bashing Bryan and him having more heart and determination than Sheamus ever had, and says he may not be 6 foot tall and look like they do, but he's more of a man than Sheamus ever will be. He said he destroyed his body going for the IC title, and he says picking on guys like Daniel Bryan is one thing, so he should pick on guys like him. And he said he wanted Sheamus, and then Steph interrupted, and then Triple H interrupted and says that how about they leave the ring and have Sheamus and Ryback after the break. Wow, that was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Anyway, after the break, they had Sheamus and Ryback, and Sheamus won with a bro kick after the ref's back was turned and Ryback was coming out of the corner because he was supposedly poked Sheamus in the eye, and Sheamus hit the bro kick off that, but it didn't look like he actually got poked in the eye, so Sheamus beats Ryback. So anything on that whole spiel? I mean, geez, I don't know what else to say.
No, the best thing I got out of it was the IC title match for the vacant one for Chamber.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's funny he asked for the drum roll, but then didn't announce the chamber match until like after Stephanie talked, if I remember correctly.
He screwed something up there. I don't know, but yeah, like I said, it was a lot of drawn out talking and.
Yeah, I may have mixed that around somehow, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's so much talk in the note that I tried to get what I could, but that's pretty much what happened. And then Sheamus beat Ryback, so I don't see Ryback's theme going anywhere soon. He keeps getting beat by being screwed, though, so.
Yeah, they're keeping him up there. But
they're keeping him strong, but I just see Sheamus as one of the favorites to win the IC title in the Chamber. Okay, so then we had more talking, man. Can you believe this? Steph talked to Triple H backstage about the Architect of a Dream being a perfect name for the movement. Kane stepped in and says he knows that him and Rollins have had problems, but he thinks Rollins has grown up. Rollins comes in with champagne celebrating, and he says Kane deserves more than anyone a drink because he won the match and saved Kane's job last night, so he finally has something to celebrate, which I thought was kind of funny. Ambrose comes in and talks about how it took 4 other guys to help Rollins retain the title, and he wants a one-on-one rematch in 2 weeks. And that's only if Rollins puts the title on the line. So he said it like, you know, like he wanted Rollins to give him his rematch or something. It was just weird how Ambrose said that. Did you get that?
Yeah, like I said, yeah, it was just strange.
He acted, it was just an out there thing to say, in my opinion. I didn't really get it. But Rollins put the title on he told Rollins to put the title on the line and he would take the rematch. But Rollins says, nice try, and obviously he doesn't know what the back of the line means because he's back there with Orton and Reigns. Then Kane stepped in and tried to kiss ass and said Director of Operation feels that it's up to the champion on what he wants to do. Rollins said no one leaves, and then Ambrose said, Kane, you used to be a demon and now you're a neutered little lapdog, and now he's the butler to the authority, and he said, what would Paul Bearer and Undertaker think of this? So Kane got pissed off and says never mention that again, and said Ambrose wants action, then he will get it in a match versus Bray Wyatt tonight. So man, it was like you guys were just out there and here you are again. Most talking segments, and when the authority's around and Triple H and Steph are around, they'll get on camera as many times as they can.
Oh, if they ain't out there in the ring, it's backstage.
It's ridiculous anymore, man. That's one problem I have with this Raw, was so much talking, and I've already said how I hate doing the Raws, reporting the Raws whenever there's so much talking to go over.
I mean, I get they're trying to get a good storyline going here, but it's just too much.
It's ridiculous, man. It's like so much.
They do without a lot of stuff they could cut out.
I did like Ambrose antics and that, and they really didn't need the authority around. But, you know, I liked Ambrose.
Making fun of Kane was good.
Ambrose the whole night was good for this Raw.
Yeah.
I say this Raw was about as good as what they've been doing. I think they kept up on it. They pushed a lot of storylines along. You got to find out a lot was going on with the Chamber, you know. So.
Yeah. I honestly think they're trying to push a lot of these younger guys now and get them up there. If you notice, they haven't had any of the older guys really back in the mix doing anything.
Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, it's pretty much time for them to move aside. It's 2015. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Going on 16. Come on.
These guys can't wrestle forever, a lot of the stars that were, yeah.
All right, so we got Ambrose Wyatt later. Adrian Neville came out and did some more talking. He talked maybe being an underdog and not the biggest superstar, but when he's flying around the ring, he's 10 foot tall. Then he was cut off by Bo Dallas, who talked a lot of trash on Neville. Neville says that if he remembers correctly, he defeated Bo Dallas to become the NXT champion. Bo Dallas got angry and attacked Neville instantly and attacked his injured knee that he had. I guess he injured his knee somehow at Payback. King Booker come out as Neville's scheduled opponent, and then they had King Barrett versus Neville. Bo Dallas on commentary. The whole time talking trash about how you helped Daniel Bryan and everything. And King Barrett took advantage of Neville's knee and won via bullhammer. So they were really pinpointing this knee because even afterwards, Bo Dallas attacked Neville again and targeted the knee after the match. So is there something really wrong with Neville's knee that they're really wanting to play up on, or what? That's what I was wondering.
Well, I've totally forgotten. I remembered if you go back to Payback when he hit the red arrow after Barrett had won and was celebrating. When he hit that red arrow on him, he grabbed that knee when he rolled off of him. So I don't know if it's something before that or if it was when that. I don't know. I noticed that was the first time he grabbed at that knee.
Well, I think they said he tweaked his knee, and what I'm thinking more than anything now is that they were just probably working that knee a lot just because he couldn't use it very good and get around like he usually can, like flipping around and stuff. Okay, so going on from that, I have nothing else to say. I think Bo Dallas entering into a feud with Neville would be good for him because they had good matches in NXT. I did want to note.
Yeah.
I don't see King Barrett and Neville keeping any kind of feud going, really.
No.
They've had a lot of matches right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so next they showed highlights of Cena Rusev I Quit match, announced the U.S. Open Challenge later, and Rusev reaction coming up next to the match from the night before. So what happened is Rusev come out and says there is no Lana tonight, and Lana doesn't speak for him, and he says he knows our stupid language fine, and he can say I quit, yells at the crowd that there is no Lana, because they were all chanting we want Lana. He says he never quit the match, and he crushed Cena last night and made him pass out. Then Lana quit, he said. Lana come out and says please Rusev forgive him, and she said that she doesn't know what's going on, and she was just backing Rusev like she always had and wanted to see him beat John Cena for the U.S. title, and said she wanted to help him when she did what she did and couldn't see him in all that pain. She said he screamed in Bulgarian that he said I quit. They argued a bit, and Rusev called her a liar that he did not say I quit. He says it's about him and not them, and that she should just leave, and he screamed at her to leave. So I think Lana was like, I'm done, and left. So What'd you think of that whole segment? I mean, we've seen this coming, like we said in the pay-per-view results, that Lana's going to end up without Rusev.
Right. Yeah, and we even talked about. Well, I mean, we were wrong about her getting an accolade, but she did play that part in the match.
Yeah, she played a big role in the match, but it didn't happen. What we said happened didn't happen.
The only thing about the match that makes sense to me was, okay, Rusev could scream, "I quit in Bulgarian,"
But he didn't actually.
Cena was completely passed out.
And that's not a quit.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
But I can see where they're going with the story, trying to go with the storyline there.
Yeah, because something else happened later on that we'll see.
Right.
Going on from that, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Noble and Mercury ran to ringside. The refs got tied up with Mercury. Noble shoved Ambrose into Wyatt, who hit Sister Abigail for the win on Dean Ambrose. So Wyatt looking strong with the win here, but he gets help, so it doesn't make Ambrose look bad. They've been doing that a lot, man, with a lot of guys. Like, they'll lose, but they don't want them to look bad, so something will happen.
Right. That's what I think goes back to trying to build these stars. They don't want to
make them look bad.
Rush them. Yeah, exactly. So keep them all up there looking good, and then that way, they can go whatever way they want with the storylines, and they'll still be strong.
I thought no Ryback Wyatt interaction was kind of strange. Maybe Ryback might be injured, so they aren't going to keep that feud going. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. It was kind of strange.
Yeah, I wish they would have kept that going for a little bit longer.
It would have been a good feud.
It's the old Kane match with Bray Wyatt. You'll never see him fight again.
Yeah.
Okay, we had the Tough Enough spot. They plugged Y2J, Paige, Bryan, and Hogan as the panelists. Y2J as the host, of course. Booker, Lita, and Billy Gunn as the trainers. So they actually made it official with all those guys. New Day and Kid Zaro for the tag titles was next. Kofi actually was on the mic announcing that Woods was not there due to last night's controversy from him supposedly jumping in and rolling up Cesaro for the win. Biggie talked being thrown into a chamber match and how it's unfair. He says it's unfair that they have to go against 5 other teams, and this has never been done before. He heeled out on the crowd big time, and then he tried to lead the New Day Rocks chant and got a New Day Sucks chant, and then the match began. Woods ran in for interference with Cesaro when he was trying the big swing, and they started a brawl. Then the Lucha Dragons came down for the save, and they took out New Day with drop kicks. Then Los Matadors and the Ascension came out next, and they hit the Fall of Man on Kid before the primetime players ran in and cleared the ring out. It's announced after that the 6 teams who were involved in that whole deal are all in the Elimination Chamber match on the 31st. So what'd you think of that? I thought the whole tag spot was cool, man. If you go back and actually, that doesn't do it justice with my notes, but it was really cool.
Right.
It was really cool seeing all those tag teams get involved like that, and it actually got "This is awesome" chant by the time the primetime players is out there, I think.
Yeah, and it's awesome that the tag teams are getting,
a tag team chamber match is going to be sweet, man.
I know.
My only thing is, though, they could have left Matadorus out and put Rowan and Harper in there.
I think they will. I think Rowan and Harper will they should take those Matadors out somehow. Just attack them and take them out and get put in the match. Because I don't know why they're decent.
So they're gonna start 2 tag teams, and there'll be 4 tag teams in the chamber. That's a lot of guys just stuffed in that chamber.
Yeah, I think it could happen right during the chamber match. Somebody comes, one tag team, they come out and they don't make it out, but Harper and Rowan do.
That'd be sweet.
So I think they got to do something with them like that. I mean, if they're putting them back together, that's 2 big ass monsters.
Right.
So
I'm looking forward to the chamber, man.
And like I texted you, I thought the Lucha Dragons' new gear was pretty cool.
Yeah, I never really noticed their new gear, but you said they had new gear, so I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, check it out. They had it was purple and black.
Ah, okay. I missed that.
They went away from that yellow and baby blue.
I was in the other room just kind of listening when this happened, and I didn't get to see because like I said, the Dragons didn't last because they got cleared out. When I got back in there, the primetime players were already in the ring. So
right, yeah, you have to check it out.
Okay, man. So let's move on from that. One of the best spots of the night, man.
Yeah.
John Cena comes out. He announces the U.S. Open Challenge with a long, drawn-out American-based promo. and he called out the next challenger. And who else comes out but KO, Kevin Owens? Fight Owens fight. He came out carrying the NXT title. He said hello to John and congratulated him on his win last night. He said it was impressive. He said he would introduce himself, but John probably already knows who he is, and everyone else should know. And if they don't matter, right? And then John introduces Owens as the NXT champion to the crowd. Owens talked how Zayn was injured before he even accepted Cena's challenge, and this week at Unstoppable he'll end Zayn for good. Cena says that Owens obviously has a lot to learn because no one is a waste of time just because they don't know who he is. So yeah, he said everybody was a waste of time. Not that he didn't care. Not that he didn't care. Cena says, "Let me give you some veteran advice," and Owens shoots on him being around longer than Cena actually has. So don't give him any advice. He just hasn't got the opportunity till now, like Cena got, which is true. Cena says he'll give him a warning. He said he sees a scared little kid because he knows he's bit off more than he can chew. And he says the U.S. Open is still on and Owens knows how it goes down. Owens says that he already has a prize, and that's the NXT title. And he says he isn't fighting now, but when they do, it'll be on his terms. And he kicked Cena in the stomach and dropped him with the pop-up powerbomb. And then he held up both titles and dropped the U.S. title to the floor and stepped on it and mocked Cena. That was awesome. Man, that was awesome. Yeah. Kevin Owens makes his Raw debut.
Yeah, when he came out, I about shit. I was like,
yeah, I didn't want to spoil it for you on the text, but I did tell you the best part's coming up.
Yeah, but I thought it was funny when he that powerbomb. He said something about obviously you don't know me that well and booted him in the gut.
Yeah, I missed a few words that he had on there, but you know.
Yeah, he goes, obviously you don't know me that well, and booted him and gave him that power bomb.
So that was an awesome spot, man. Just for that alone, I love that spot.
That was a good way to get him in there too. And obviously, people knew who he was. They started the chant.
So that was a sweet spot for the night, man. Did you see that they announced Roman Reigns returns on SmackDown Thursday, and they also announced the 5 participants in the Chamber match for the IC title in the next segment, which was King Barrett, R-Truth, Ryback, Rusev, and Sheamus. And then they had Stardust versus Dolph Ziggler. So we still needed to find out who the last participant was. And Dolph won real fast with a zigzag. I'd call that a job for sure by Stardust.
Yeah.
So Stardust loses 2 nights in a row, man.
Yeah, they mainly just use
R-Truth wins, and R-Truth actually gets in the IC title chamber match. I was surprised.
Yeah, I mean...
He keeps getting in these matches, like...
I know.
Doesn't do anything.
No.
So...
But like I said, the crowd still. I mean, he still gets the crowd going. So.
But like I said, Stardust, he's got to go. I mean, Ziggler, that was just a job, fast one too. Yeah, so after that, though, Michael will say what?
Oh, I was saying, Stardust go. Cody would be much better.
Yes, and with an edge. Cole comes out to interview Ziggler after the match, and he talked the IC Chamber, and he announced that he is the 6th entrant in the Chamber match for the vacant IC title. And Dolph celebrates like it's about damn time and stuff like that. And then Lana comes out. Lana, anyway. I always screw that up. She kisses Dolph Ziggler. Crowd chants one more time, and she does it again. And then Rusev came out and attacked Ziggler and laid him out. He looks at Lana, screams at her, and she slaps him right across the face. Rusev got pissed like he's going to charge Lana, and Ziggler hit Rusev from behind with a zigzag. He helped Lana out of the ring and left with her backstage. Rusev got up all pissed in the ring screaming. So that spot was pretty good, man. It looks like Lana and Ziggler may be an alliance now.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's going to be, actually, it should be turn out pretty good angle here.
Maybe this will bring out some like real life aggression from Rusev.
Yeah,
because they are still a couple as far as I know.
Right. Watching that, even though it's
a work, but I bet he was pissed about it kissing her deep down inside. Nah, they're just like actors. They're actors and they know it's not real. I mean,
yeah, but
though we have seen life imitate art. Remember Chris Benoit and Woman?
Yeah. Exactly.
That didn't work out for Kevin Sullivan very good.
No, he's living in the woods in Washington.
Hey, he's in the news this week though, so don't diss him too bad.
No.
Harper and Rowan were next. I have nothing else to say about that except for I think it's a cool angle.
Yeah.
Good, something different that they haven't done on Raw for a while.
Like I said, I think they're going to end up in that match somehow.
Yeah, I do too. Harper and what match?
In the chamber match.
Oh, they're both in already.
Oh, did they put them in?
Yeah, I just announced. Remember they announced the 5 participants, and then Dolph was announced as the 6th.
Oh no, I was meaning the tag team one with Rowan and Harper.
Oh, I haven't talked about them 2 yet.
No, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Harper and Rowan was next against Fandango and Ryder. Harper and Rowan won with a kick and a full Nelson bomb combo. It was a really cool looking move. That was another job match. Zach Jobber and Job Dongo.
Yeah.
Living up to their jobbing names.
Man, they got some good jobbers now. You got Stardust. You got
Job Dust.
You got, who else? You got Adam Rose.
Adam.
Good jobber now.
Adam Jobs.
And then you got, they got to do something with Sandow and Axel. I don't think they're going to keep them jobbing. I think they're going to end up pushing them. Like I've been saying for a while, I think Axel's pretty good on the mic.
Yeah, Axel's got potential. So does Sandow. I think he needs to go back to his original game. They don't need to be doing the mega powers.
No.
I hope that's short-lived.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harper Rowan, yeah, they need to jump into the chamber. Like I said, that's all I got to say about that. They are an awesome tandem.
Yeah.
So, moving on from that, Steph was backstage wishing Nikki Bella good luck, offered brief sympathy about Brian, and says the health mentally and physically are important to them, and she says she set up counseling and doesn't want her accompanying Nikki to the ring, and wish them good luck. So, she bans Bree from ringside and says she's going to get her mental help over Brian.
More authority backstage.
Right, another spot for Steph. And then Nikki Bella took on Naomi with Tamina. And like I said, that's every week. That's all who's ever fighting. But something happened to this one. Nikki went for the rack attack, but Tamina ran in and hit her with a super kick, causing a DQ. But who came back to make the save? Paige. Nikki got up to see that Paige helped make the save for her, and she went down to pick her belt up when Paige dropped her with a rampage and taunted the crowd with the belt, so she healed out, dropping Nikki. I thought that was a cool comeback. Another good spot for Raw.
Right, yeah, that was good. They definitely needed her back.
And we're actually getting down to the final segments. Anything else on that?
No, just
glad to see Paige back for sure.
Yeah, and I think they should bring Sasha Banks up.
I'm telling you, too. Sasha Banks would be good, but I'm telling you. Queen Paige, King Barrett. I love
it. Oh, yeah. That'd just be perfect.
Queen Paige! Oh, hell.
King Barrett.
I could just see her. She got her British accent.
She could probably play the part pretty good, too.
Oh, it would be great. Given that smile she likes to do. Because she's a good, annoying hill, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she is.
But you're still funny. Like, I don't know, it's funny. Next, we had Renee Young interviewing Kevin Owens after he was shown shaking hands and talking it up with Triple H backstage. Does it look like he could be a pawn for the Authority?
Yeah.
And then he says that when he's done defending the NXT Championship at TakeOver Unstoppable, he'll be taking on Cena at the Elimination Chamber for the U.S. title. I think it was for the title, right?
Yeah.
So Cena needs to pay attention this Wednesday and says, remember, the champ is not there. He's here. Pointing at himself. I thought that was good by Owens, and I can't wait to see that match, man. Yeah. I really think Owens is going to take the U.S. title with him to NXT.
I think he may definitely. I don't know if they'll have Sammy beat him.
I don't know. I just think they're going to have a little crossover here.
If Sammy beats him and gets a belt, you definitely know Owens is probably going to go and beat Cena. And
could you imagine if Owens wins the belt and then Cena has to go into NXT territory to face him?
That'd be funny.
That'd be good.
It would. It'd help NXT out big time, and just the cross thing like you were talking about earlier. It'd be great if they started doing a little more of that.
I want Owens Wednesday to retain the belt and then win the U.S. I want that to happen. That's my prediction already for that.
That's what I'm hoping happens, but
I like that.
I think they could drop it off the NXT off to Sammy, but if he's injured, I don't know if they really want him to do that. I don't know how bad that injury is.
I liked how we got a little payoff with the interview backstage with Owens too after that, and that he's going to actually challenge for the title. That was awesome. Yeah, another good surprise on Raw.
Triple H talking makes it more interesting.
At least they're trying to be more surprising on Raw lately. Like
yeah, that was definitely surprising. And like I said, I haven't been reading any spoilers either, which is nice.
Yeah, true. Here was the last segment, and you might as well sit back and listen to this one. Steph comes out along with Triple H to kick off the ceremony for the Architect of a Dream. She says it's her honor to introduce the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. Rollins comes out with J&J Security. Triple H says that they believed in him since the first moment that he's seen him in NXT. He says he became NXT champ and then went on to WrestleMania 31 to win the WWE title. He says that he overcame all odds and says that when he looks at the Architect, he sees the cerebral assassin. And he says when he saw him win with the pedigree in the Fatal 4-Way match that it gave him chills, man. So they're here to celebrate Rollins, and he asked the crowd to give it up for him. He said they're all going to take a moment to say how they feel, and they're going to start with Kane, of all people. Kane says that where can he possibly begin? He says so many things he'd like to say right now to him, and he says that they haven't always seen eye to eye, but the fact is he is taller than him, so how could they ever see eye to eye? And I thought that was funny. And then he says they wouldn't be out there without each other, and so tonight he can finally say that he is a true champion, and he truly is best for business. Rollins says, that's all, and Kane says, thank you for saving my job, and says that he put this together for him, and they showed this little video tribute package that Kane supposedly put together for Rollins. That was kind of funny, you know. Rollins was like, that was for me, and shit like that. You did that for me? So Kane all sucking up. And I just know that's going to blow up one of these days. Okay, so you can see deep down Kane hates him. Noble says that he wants Rollins to know that it's been a privilege, and that he says cream rises to the top, and Triple H and Steph made the right decision putting their faith in him. That's my Jamie Noble. And then he says that Joey's got something to say, Mercury, and Mercury's like just sitting there like he's getting ready to cry, and then all of a sudden he's interrupted by Ambrose when he goes to say something. I thought that was funny.
I think he would say that he basically had a man crush on him or something. I think that's what he was gonna say.
Oh boy, that is. I never thought about it, but that'd be hilarious, man.
Yeah, because after they cut him off and he was standing there, he was like, you know, how his face was all red, and he was like,
oh jeez. Anyway, that's funny. I would like to see him eventually propose his love for him. Anyway, Steph said that he's got a lot of nerve coming out there, and Ambrose said that he was sorry that he was late for the Love Fest, but he was out looking for the perfect Justin Bieber outfit for Rollins, but came up empty. Ambrose says he wants a shot at the title again, and Rollins says that he's at the back of the line with Reigns and Orton. Ambrose says that he wants his chance, and Steph says, who does he think he is? And Steph is a fighting champ, and that he won't be intimidated, and tells Seth to get him. So I thought that was funny. So Ambrose and Rollins start to brawl. J&J get involved, obviously, and get disposed of quick, and then they continue to brawl. Ambrose backdropped him onto that table and then exposed the cement blocks that were the same ones that Rollins used on Ambrose, you know, to put him out with the curb stomp. So he laid his head onto the blocks and grabbed that steel chair like he was going to smash him with the chair. And Steph says that if you let him go, he'll get the WWE title match. Well, Ambrose went to swing the chair anyway. Noble stops him, though, by grabbing the chair. Ambrose attacked J&J and Kane, and Rollins runs off as Kane catches Ambrose with a boot, but then he is reversed and hit with a clothesline. He went for the dirty deeds, and he was stopped by Rollins, and Rollins gave him that pedigree and then taunted him as they went off. Then they announced also that Ambrose and Rollins will be going for the title in 2 weeks too, which I really didn't get if the match was on or not, because he didn't stop really. He was just stopped by Noble. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So, but I guess the match is on since he didn't smash his head through the block, so I didn't really get it there, but that was a good ending, though.
Yeah, it was a good ending.
And we got through that Raw fairly quick for how much talk.
Yeah, I mean,
we had to roll through there pretty quick, but
I had to fast forward a lot through some of it. When I was watching it the second time, it was just so long.
Yeah, man, like I told you before, it was so much talking, but that's enough on Raw anyway. What's your overall opinion on Raw? I really did think it was above average this week again, and obviously the ratings showed that people were tuned in and kind of are getting a little bit interested again in what's going on.
Yeah, I do too. I think it was, and you know,
the storyline
the Kevin Owens surprise was actually really good.
I'd like to see the ratings on that spot. Anyway, I think Rollins having this title reign where he could lose it at any time, and they're not keeping it like where he's automatically, you'd think he may lose it at any time, is kind of helping ratings out a little bit. Like, people want to see him get beat because he's becoming such a good heel. And that's why I told you that I don't think he's going to lose that title till SummerSlam.
No, I think that's when eventually the authority's going to turn on him, or because Brock's probably going to be back, and they may be like, you're on your own now.
So, what do you think? We got the chamber match set up for the IC title. Then we got the tag team chamber match. Then we have, Cena and Owens for the U.S., and then Ambrose Rollins for the WWE so far. That's shaping up to be a pretty damn good card.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that, and it's only in under 2 weeks.
Yeah. The only thing is, I don't know what's up with Orton and Rollins. Orton and Reigns.
Reigns is making his comeback on SmackDown. I don't know if Orton's taking a break or what, but
yeah, I don't know what's up with Orton. I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
I'm sure we'll see him back here soon, or find out what's going on. We'll keep people updated, but no Orton tonight. Nope. Looks like he had the night off.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll start a feud with somebody or something. I don't know. Him saying Reigns and Orton are in the back of the line, he's still back in the picture.
Yeah.
They're gonna have something to say about that.
He'll be doing something. So.
Okay, so real quick here, let's go over and make our predictions on what we think will happen at NXT Takeover Unstoppable tomorrow night. That's why I wanted to get this episode up by the night so that it'll be up before Unstoppable tomorrow,
right?
Which I'm looking forward to. We have a note on this also. Sami Zayn has been hyping his match on Twitter, and Triple H actually announced that he's been medically cleared to fight Owens. So I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
We have Corbin and Rhino. I think Corbin goes over.
Yeah, I do too.
It'll be a hard-hitting match, though. Not very long, I bet, but it'll be a good one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do the match.
Next, we have Bayley, Charlotte, and Dana Brooks and Emma. I'm taking Dana and Emma. I think they want to build up Dana Brooke.
Yeah. Her, and then, they got her with Emma. I don't know. But
I just see Dana Brooke and Emma cheating to win.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to push her up fast, I think.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be a good match, actually.
Right. Nothing really happens storyline-wise with these matches, though, but they're just great matches and make predictions on. Who we have? Balor versus Breeze, #1 contender. Now, this does have a it's going to be Balor.
Yeah, definitely going with Balor.
Okay. I'm not saying it's going to be, but that's my prediction.
Yeah.
So, anything to say on that match? I think it's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Breeze is a hell of a talent.
He is, though. I think they're eventually going to do something with it. I just don't think yet.
He needs to change up that, kind of that girlish type gimmick that he has, where he's like a pretty boy. I don't know.
Yeah, he could be a good heel, I think, with it, but it's just
not really.
It's too much. I think
it's not really girlish, but it's like a model type gimmick.
Right.
He reminds me a lot of the model Rick Martel mixed with like John Morrison. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Blake and Murphy, Enzo Cass, NXT tag titles. I'm thinking Enzo and Cass are going to take the tag titles.
That's who I'm going with. I mean, they've been hot for a long time, and
so have Blake and Murphy, though, have been pulling off a lot of upsets. So you never
they
know.
have been, but I just think it's about time Enzo and Cass.
They've had a feud building too over Carmella,
right.
So I think that Enzo and Cass get the payback on Blake and Murphy with the titles. Maybe trade them back.
Yeah.
I think it's time for Enzo and Cass to get up there, vaulted to the top, so they can get up to the main roster.
Exactly.
I mean, they're one of the top tag teams. I think WWE sees that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both are good talent.
Right. Okay, then we have Sasha Banks and Lynch for the NXT Women's title. I'm definitely going to go with Sasha Banks retaining.
This one I'm a little. This is why I'm thinking if they do bring up Sasha Banks to the main roster, they'll have Becky Lynch win.
I don't know. I think they'd go with Bayley beating her before Lynch.
Yeah.
This is really Lynch's first one-on-one title match, so if she wins, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Becky Lynch on this one.
And you know how I feel about Becky Lynch. I mean, just
I know.
Speedball that can't slow down. Like,
right.
She's too... Man, she needs to slow down like a couple paces in there. I just don't think she's ready yet.
I just think they're going to put it on her. I think they are going to move Sasha up.
They need to.
Yeah, okay.
Charlotte. She would fill that AJ spot, kind of.
Yeah.
Owens and Zayn for the title. I think Owens retains and then goes and takes the US too. And I think Zayn's going to take a break because I do think he may be injured still, maybe, but
right.
he's able to work
I knew
this
more
match.
about.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe are they just going to let him clear to work this match, or is it cleared to come back full time? I'm not sure. So
No, I haven't read anything on it either, and that's what I'd like to know because
that could change
not
things.
that bad. And, I mean, if it's not that bad and he's still able to wrestle, I could see him winning it and keeping it down there for a while, and Owens going to winning the U.S. belt. But if he's got to take some time off, I'd see Owens winning and taking the belt up there and winning the U.S. So
Yeah, but if they have Zayn win it, that could get Owens off to the main roster, I guess.
yeah,
But you'd want to see some closure in NXT from Owens, though.
right.
That was a pretty short run, unless he had some. Like we did say, the contracts were only supposed to be a couple months in there, so.
Right. And I think
Balor's got to come up soon.
Yeah, and I think last night with Owens coming in was the start of him in the match, obviously.
It was obviously his Raw debut, whether he's an NXT star or not. He was on Raw.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Owens right now.
Kind of like how they had Sammy still as an NXT guy, but that was his Monday night. They're calling it his Raw debut.
Right, and then that injury too could play a part in that. I don't know if they're gonna move him up. Then he got injured, and they're gonna push Owens up quicker now. So
Well,
I'm gonna go with Owens, but I see Zayn is fine and gonna be able to wrestle. I'm gonna probably change my mind and go with Sammy.
okay. But you got to pick one or the other. I'm going with Owens.
Well, I'm going with Owens now. Like I said, but
I could see the other happening, though, for sure.
yeah, if he's healthy, I can see it happening. But for right now, I just see Owens going.
Right on. Okay, so I have some other notes on NXT that I wrote down. So as we're talking about NXT, I might as well go over all my NXT notes that I have that noted right now. Mick Foley actually was in attendance at an NXT live event in Philly, as well as Joey Styles, Danny Dorian, and Blue Meanie. They had that Philly live event, and they were all there.
Oh, yeah, and then I seen them all on what were they on? Blue Meanie. I think it was on Network. It was something. Blue Meanie, Stevie Richards, and Joey Styles were on there. They host that ECW thing.
Huh.
So they were on there like it was recent. So they're like definitely working for the WWE right now.
Yeah, I also forgot to mention that Itami is out 6 to 8 months, and he is out of the triple threat match with Breeze and Balor, so that's why I announced only Balor and Breeze.
Yeah,
It has been confirmed.
I could see him putting Stevie Richards and Blue Meanie down in NXT. That'd be some good experienced guys to put down there with them.
Tommy, where's my note on Tommy Dreamer? Yeah, Tommy Dreamer wrestled Baron Corbin and lost at the live event in Philly.
Oh, wow.
So
I like to see it. I think it's cool. And I think Triple H is doing this for a reason. He's bringing in a lot of the former ECW guys down there,
it'd be cool to see Dreamer come back in.
Because a lot of them guys had so much experience and, they know a lot of stuff. And ECW, if WWE wasn't so big, basically took all their talent.
Right.
I almost see Triple H kind of almost not quite, not quite like ECW, but sort of like ECW.
Right.
So it seems like that anyway. I don't know.
Some other NXT notes, man. Zim Selmani, you're an MMA fan. Do you ever heard of him?
What's his name?
It's GZIMSELMANI. Zim Salmani. He actually had a knockout loss in the second round at Bellator 130 in October. He has signed he lost to Daniel Gilmore. He is actually signed with NXT.
That was probably an undercard fight on there. He's probably a relatively new guy, but
he only had a 4.
He may have been one of them guys that was working low with TNA too and Bellator.
Well, he only had a 4-2 record.
That's not bad. I mean, I missed all the Bellator fights.
I just wondered. I just seen it. Zim Salmani is what I'm calling him. I don't really know.
I recognize the name. I'll have to look him up and see who he's fought and everything.
Matt Bloom, a.k.a. Tenzai, was promoted to permanent head NXT trainer. He's not just filling in anymore, which is cool. That's Lord Tensai, Albert, A-Train, whatever you want to call him, Prince Albert. Sarah Del Rey, who trains in NXT as well, who's one of the trainers. She is now working as well as a road agent. She got moved up. Triple H wants at least 3 days on the road from NXT by 2016.
That'd be sweet.
I'd love to go to an NXT live event.
So would
I could see Springfield being a great spot.
That would be.
Even to put on a taping.
Yeah, Springfield would be perfect.
And I'm sure you have heard the rumor, which I don't know, I have a lot to address on this. Samoa Joe reportedly signing with WWE and potentially debuting at NXT. This had been the rumor, right?
Right.
Well, he's been accepting indie bookings, and now it seems that he's not the case going to be showing up because he's been accepting more for July and August, so that wouldn't put him in NXT anytime soon if he's accepting. They wouldn't be letting him accept indie bookings. And then in a conference,
not unless he does some tapings.
Well, in the conference call, Triple H said that he was impressed by Joe and said that he was there for a month or two ago. And he said he only spoke to him 5 minutes. I remember reporting on that. He only spoke to him 5 minutes and they exchanged pleasantries. And he wasn't sure if they'll do business, but he didn't rule it out. So could they be keeping it a secret?
That's what I'm wondering.
And they said he was in great shape, and I seen a picture, and he looked to be in the best shape I've seen him in for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the picture, but...
No, I haven't seen the picture.
Yeah, it was cool. He looks in great shape.
I'll see if I can check it out.
Other NXT notes that I have. I don't know if I have any more or not. Yeah, I do have one more here. Triple H and Regal both announced at the Philly live event, which must have been a big event for them. They announced that they're going to have they plan to have a European tour soon, and it could happen within the next 18 months when details are worked out. And I bet they want to, having Balor.
Right, they got
they have a lot of English talent.
They do have a lot of English talent.
So they're planning an NXT European tour, man.
They can pick up, even scout more talent out while they're there too.
Okay.
Have some local guys maybe come in and try out.
Did you hear about Global Force only running live events, not televised, so there's no conflicts with any existing deals with their respective companies? TNA and ROH won't allow talents, as we talked about. ROH talents have been given permission to work live events, but like TNA's Tyrus, who signed, though he's in TNA, he can't really be kept from accepting non-televised deals, so other TNA stars could follow. Jarrett's working on a TV deal and is reported to be in talks with Spike, CMT, Fox Sports, and WGN right now.
Wow.
That's good for Global Force, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'd like to see it go on one of them. That'd be, you get something, an alternative to watch, see how they do.
The Young Bucks signed with GFW. They apparently turned down an offer from TNA to come back. That we reported that TNA was trying to get them back, but yeah, they turned it down.
Right. I heard that.
There's some other stuff on Global Force I think I had.
I had one thing on them.
What's your Global Force note?
About them taking Scott Hall off there.
Oh, yeah, I do have that note. According to TMZ.com, Scott Hall was escorted out of an indie show in Asbury Park, New Jersey for being drunk. And too drunk to appear and perform is what they said.
Right.
And he had been pulled from the GFW roster.
Yeah, and they said that he is wanting to meet with DDP.
Right.
Since DDP was one that helped him and had been helping him, so...
So was this a legit deal then?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like he, needs some help again, so...
Well,
hopefully.
It's not cool to see him back in that situation again.
No. So hopefully he gets with DDP and gets straightened out, especially with his health issues. Yeah, I mean, you don't need that.
I did note that Shelton Benjamin signed with GFW, and they made a roster update. So Shelton Benjamin would be a good first champion.
Yeah, I think WWE missed the boat kind of with him.
Yeah, he's a good pickup for him. Scott Hall was on the roster, but we can mark him off. Jim Cornette, Sanjay Dutt, Luke Hawx, Andrew Everett, Takeki Watanabe, I don't know if that's right, Trent Beretta, you know him from WWE,
Yeah.
Saya Sonata, who was just released from TNA, the New Heavenly Bodies, Jimmy Rave, who I've known in TNA, Jigsaw, Jamin Oliviense, I don't know if I'm saying some of these right, the Hot Shots, Chuck Taylor, they have all been announced as part of the GFW roster. So they're adding a lot of guys. Sanjay Dutt, I know him. Jim Cornette being in there is cool.
Yeah, some experienced guys in there.
And getting some new guys that I don't really know of.
Right.
They announced cards for the first 2 weeks of live events, too, that they did. So they're going to have. So that's the GFW news that I have for this week. I don't see any more right now off the top of my head. There was some other news about WWE. They signed former ROH champ Scrap Iron Adam Pearce as a trainer and producer, and he'll work out of the Performance Center in Orlando.
I seen that, but I didn't read what exactly it was.
And also, Cedric Rougeau, the son of Jacques Rougeau, was backstage meeting with WWE officials on a potential developmental contract. He would be the first fourth-generation star in WWE history. Everybody knows Jacques Rougeau as the Mountie.
Yeah.
So, Cedric Rougeau, you could be seeing him in NXT soon.
I wonder how he's probably pretty good, I imagine. Jacques was pretty good.
Right. Let me see if I got any TNA. You have any more global?
No.
No NXT stuff?
No.
TNA news. There's a few things I have on TNA. They announced their UK Winter 2016 tour, so let's hope they do that. And that's at the same time that the WWE announced their 2015 Winter tour, so how ironic.
Right.
Also, I forgot a couple of GWF things. Ross is wanted to work GWF alongside Chael Sonnen on commentary.
Oh, right, I did read that.
Yeah, so I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, AJ Styles was thought to be, part of the initial run for GWF, but he did not sign a contract.
Wow.
So he will not be appearing on there anytime soon in the initial run.
The whole Bullet Boys thing was supposed to...
Bullet Club, yeah.
Bullet Club.
So that fell through.
Yeah.
TNA Impact, the big note on them, they're going to move Impact to Wednesday nights on June 3rd on Destination America. So the same night as NXT's on. I don't see...
I still won't watch it because I won't have that channel because it's barely... I don't even know.
Yeah, that's fine if you want. You can find it, but...
Yeah, I found it. I've seen it on there, but you got to pay extra for it, and I'm not going to pay extra just to watch TNA.
Other notes on TNA. Do I have any? Oh, yeah, former TNA employee Jesse Sorensen. Remember him? We talked about him. C-Dub actually knows him. He's tag partners with Nick Fame, that Corey knows, C-Dub. Jesse Sorensen talked his TNA release, feelings towards Zema Ion for breaking his neck. I don't know if you ever remember seeing that. His aspirations to be in WWE. He appeared for the Pancake and Power Slam show with Chris Featherstorm. He is actually the Paragon Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. And speaking of Paragon Pro Wrestling, they are based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And they announced Gangrel, Joey Ryan, Kevin Cross, Caleb Conley, Mercurio Jr., all as roster on the roster for the Paragon Pro Wrestling, and they announced TV tapings for national distribution as well, and they're based out of Las Vegas, so I guess they're trying to get some kind of TV deal. They're on Twitter and Facebook, but Sorensen's their champion.
Yeah, out of Vegas, you never know what could happen out there.
Paragon Pro Wrestling, that's where GFW has those TV tapings coming up.
Yeah, Vegas is a hot spot for all that stuff now. Yeah.
Some quick notes here. I don't think I have anything else on that. Another company, though, Freelance Wrestling TV out of Chicago to appear on WCIU2. So if you're from the Chicago area, check that out at 2 a.m. in the morning. Freelance Wrestling TV. Some small notes. Dolph Ziggler actually appeared on stage with Britney Spears at her show in Planet Hollywood. Did you see that?
No, I need to check that out.
Yeah, he did. Titus O'Neil named the Celebrity Dad of the Year by everythingfordads.com, and they actually announced that on Raw, I think.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good. He's funny. He just him in these goofy roles all the time.
I think BTPers have a chance of coming out with the belts.
Oh, I know. I mean, they've been doing a lot of their promos and stuff.
Did you see the video of John Cena supposedly squatting 600, but it wasn't? Was less.
Yeah, I seen that.
And also another note is John Cena granted another wish for Make-A-Wish. I don't know how many it is, but he granted another wish this past weekend.
Every damn day, it seems like.
They did the Jerry Lawler DVD preview, which is still available on the network. which is interesting. Good to be a king, I think it's called.
Yeah, I've just never been a King fan for some reason. I don't know why.
Yep. RVD is teasing a new fitness product spotlighting his unique workout and stretching. So RVD could become the next DDP.
Yeah, I mean, look at what kind of shape he's in and how long he's wrestled, especially all through ECW and WWE, TNA. Still looks like he's 30% years old.
There was a report that Rusev got his gold star stole at a weekend live event in St. College, Pennsylvania. It was unclear when, but it was supposedly during the Cena-Rusev cage match, but I seen he had another one, so I don't think they're really worried about it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if they find you, you're probably going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect, Rick Martel, Vivian Vachon, Jim Crockett Sr., Pedro Morales, and the Freebirds were all inducted this weekend in the 14th annual Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony in New York. So I think that's cool. ROH announced that some other news. ROH announced their next pay-per-view is Best in the World, and it will be broadcast on live pay-per-view and iPay-per-view from Terminal 5, New York City, June 19th. So anybody who's ROH fan, check that out.
Best in the world.
Another thing, Paige actually returned at the May 15th live event before her Raw comeback. Did you see that Bryan has been pulled from Raw, SmackDown tapings, and anyone from the future to focus on his physical therapy? It's believed within WWE that he will not return until he's medically cleared to wrestle or until he's needed to promote his book or DVD. And I heard that they're kind of upset backstage with, him being so injury prone and having this book and DVD and everything coming out and him not being able to appear at the time.
Right. I heard they're kind of a little pissed off and ticked, just be basically the way he wrestled.
And creative may want to bring him back in a non-wrestling role too, which may be nice.
Because he went full blast and while he was wrestling. So I think they're kind of thinking, you did this to yourself the way you were wrestling.
Right, but it is years and years built up of.
Yeah. And finally, again, WWE, of course, he's going to go balls to the wall.
Few more notes here I got. Sting's son, who played for the University of Kentucky, he actually is at an NFL rookie minicamp right now. And I think I've seen some team may be interested in picking him up. I couldn't remember what team it was.
That'd be cool.
But there's an NFL team interested in Sting's son.
What's his name?
Stephen Borden.
Junior?
It's just Stephen Borden. I didn't say junior.
Oh.
Did you see that the 2-year deal to do full-blown hardcore porn by Sunny is reportedly false, she says? And she will block anyone on Twitter or any of her social media that brings it up.
I read something. I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to report that Sunny says, I back her on that if that's the case. That would suck to have something like that out about you.
Yeah. Trash your reputation.
Full-blown hardcore. Wow. Anyway, some other notes here before we get out of here. A couple of NXT things that I forgot to thank. NXT pulled a Tommy from the Japan tour due to his injury, and they replaced him with Owens, I must say.
I didn't see that.
So they're doing a Japanese tour. Matt Sydal, which is Evan Bourne, he said NXT is brilliant, and they could really start a third brand and can tour with it in a recent interview. So
I'd love to see him in NXT.
Matt Sydal.
He'd be great for NXT.
Yeah, I'd love to see him back. Another one, Abdullah the Butcher. He was sued by a Canadian promoter, and he's asking for legal help and donations. So anybody wants to help out Abdullah the Butcher, get a hold of him, because I'm not.
I might help him.
Okay. Well, if you want to help Abdullah, go ahead. He is a hardcore legend.
If I had the money, I would help him, but
you know what? I got my own problems, Abdullah.
I need some donations myself, Abdullah.
You made how much money and you can't pay for anything, or what?
All right.
Vince inducted into the Boys and Girls Club of America Alumni Hall of Fame. I put that up on the page. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think it's
Boy, did he
cool.
look rough in that picture, or what?
Man, he's starting to show his age.
Really getting thin.
Yeah, I think his
what's
skin's
wrong
just,
with him?
I think his skin's just shrinking down. Age catching up finally.
One note I'm kind of disappointed on is Adam Cole returned to ROH to take on AJ Styles at War of the Worlds taping. And I was hoping he'd come to WWE and NXT, Adam Cole, but he's back with ROH again. We might see him in the future, though.
There's a few guys down there I wish would have came, but haven't yet.
I have a note on Ronda Rousey. She says, I'm going to find a way, somehow, some way, someday, to come back. She just has no clue when. on WWE return. And she says it's definitely not possible for a long, long time. She has an extremely busy schedule. Man,
Yeah.
I wish that was just a bunch of smoke she's blowing, and hopefully she can come back by 32. But right now, it's looking like she's saying no.
I think that the UFC's pretty much putting a squash on her doing anything with them right now.
Yeah.
So much for, I mean, you know, she's the, you know,
Face of the company.
pretty much. I mean,
She is. With Bones out, she's got to be number one. She's
Oh,
number one
better.
pound for pound now. Did you know that?
yeah, I mean, well, look at all their big stars. John Jones, look what happened to him.
Did you see that Kevin Sullivan? Yes, he made the news, Jeff.
My boy.
He's working on the official WWE Undertaker book entitled Undertaker 25 Years of Destruction. And it's reported that it will be an in-character look at The Undertaker, not as Mark Calloway, who plays The Undertaker. So that's kind of disappointing, but it is a story about Undertaker. This book might be interesting with Kevin Sullivan writing it, that demented guy.
I'm telling you,
Living out there in the woods writing an Undertaker book.
Yeah, guaranteed that's what he's doing.
Check out our page if you don't understand what we're talking about. He's actually made a TV show. So,
Legend of McDodge.
Legend of McDodge. We've reported that before. And I also read that the decision, this is my last note, decision to bring back the Elimination Chamber was made last minute. They said that the cost of doing network shows is significantly lower than running a standard pay-per-view, so this will not be on standard pay-per-view. They said due to no buy rates to consider, the talent is paid slightly less, but they don't have to burn money on a pay-per-view feed, and the company gets to sell subscriptions to one of the highest selling events of the year, because the subs are up the next day after that. And did you know that the Stone Cold podcast featuring Paul Heyman was announced as well? And that's my last note that I wanted to make. The Austin podcast, June 1st on WWE Network. It will be after Raw. It'll be a monthly interview series featuring some of the biggest names in WWE history, including Hulk Hogan, Sting, and The Undertaker, among other celebrities from the world of sports and entertainment, exclusively on the WWE Network. So, I'm glad he's made like some kind of deal where Hogan, Undertaker, and Sting, that's awesome.
Yeah, they got a lot of good stuff coming up on the network, actually.
Yes, they do. Do you have any other notes that I do not have?
Let's see, not really. Oh, well, I just had seen an interview with The Rock asking about WrestleMania 32, and
oh yeah, I think
it almost sounds like it's gonna be him and Triple H.
Yeah.
Said he got a text from Triple H from Dallas. He's at the stadium, and he said something about this could be you and me.
And he said he talked to Triple H and Vince about creating something amazing for 32.
Right.
That's one of the notes I didn't get in. So I'm glad you got my back there, brother.
Yeah, he said it wasn't for sure, but the way it sounds, it's probably going to happen.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, so that'd be good.
I want to see Rock doing something at Mania.
Yeah,
him and Triple H would be nice.
No, they do have a hell of a match.
Yep. Well, Jeff, that's all I have for episode 27. I think we got it in under 2 hours, man. It's amazing with all the stuff we went over.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff.
Sorry if we seemed a little bit rushed this time, but I was trying to get it in under 2 hours. I mean, this is long enough. I want to say peace out to everybody. Make sure you subscribe. You find us on YouTube or like us on Facebook. Thank everybody for listening. And I'm Jeff Jaros along with Jeff Crow, and I'm going to say peace out, guys. Till next time.
Peace out. Keep the comments coming. We like to hear the feedback.
Also, make sure to check out Chronochord Media, and shout out to Steven for getting on for the results show. Shout out to Jason, and shout out to C-Dub, and hopefully he gets back on here for the results show for Elimination Chamber maybe, and we can get C-Dub back on, do some cross promotion. Steven, hopefully you can get back on for the results show too. Jason, get you on here next week. I'm going to say peace out, Jeff.
Yep, hope to get everybody on here at the same time, or at least, 3 or 4 of us. That'd be nice.
All right, guys. Well,
peace out.
Thanks for listening. Peace out. Till next time.